What if your favorite characters from Marvel and DC Universe became Pokemon? In this video, I tried taking on the Elite Four on my Pokemon ROM hack called Pokemon Perryverse using X-Men's Phoenix and the Phoenix 5, and let's see how they do. Sydney was first on the list, and I know he specializes on dark types as he leads with Marcinian Thunderous, Mr. Sinister. Emma just might have had enough of Sinister shenanigans and Ice Beam the heck out of Sydney's first Pokemon. The Dark Fairy type Moon Knight comes out and fires a Future Sight as I took the opportunity to set up my Reflect. I went to Colossus, sorry for the spelling error, to resist anything this Concho-like Salamence uses. I then set up Bulk Up since he couldn't touch me with anything except for Future Sight, which doesn't check resistance. I was, I think, +3 attack and defense, and the damage was stacking already, so I healed my Mudstail and proceeded to knock out Moon Knight with Iron Head. Doomsday comes out, and I'm not gonna lie, it was super scary, but thankfully we had enough Bulk Ups to deal with it. Namor was brought into battle and took the Future Sight attack, and this just became a different ballgame. Psych! Brother Blood tried to scout Namor and actually did damage thanks to a critical Dark Pulse. My Gyarados speed actually is very important to the team and to me, so I had to save it for later, but... Oh no, kailangan ko tong Gyarados. Okay lang. Let's go! Namor's Waterfall suddenly became a threat that Sydney had to send out his Mephisto with Drought. Namor goes down after a great job holding his own, and it's time for my own Dark type to shine. Magic wasn't doing enough, but I couldn't switch out because of Mean Look and the Sun plus 1 Nasty Plot, and the Full Restore was just too tough for me to beat, so maybe later. Cyclops comes out and gets stunted by Mephisto setting up another Nasty Plot, so he blasted Stab. Huge power, super power. I guess Cyclops don't like being taunted. Speaking of like, if this video reaches 100 likes, everyone in the comment section will get a copy of the alpha version of Pokemon Perryverse 1.0. Just comment 3 Marvel or DC characters you'd like to use in the game, and also your Reddit, Facebook, or Discord username so that I can DM you. His last Pokemon Spectre is literally the spirit of vengeance, and with minus defense, Cyclops has no shot of taking any hit from him. Colossus comes back out, and Yveltal tested our Mudstail's durability. We both set up Bulk Ups, but he has an advantage. Disable. Good thing he has used 2 of his full restores, and that's how Colossus won us the match. The next Elite Four member is a well-known Ghost-type trainer, but here, she started to train Fairy types too. She led with her Dark Ghost-type Killmonger, as I led with Magic with her Eyes on Redemption. We immediately set up a Swords Dance as Qian Pao uses Crunch, which actually dealt a chunk of damage. Her first Fairy-type Pokemon comes out, so I had to bring Colossus back in. We broke Mysterio sub, but facing a special type might give some challenge to Mudstail. Whoop, never mind, we just got a crit. Now he has 2 fairy types and 2 ghost types, including Manhunter. Scared of a fighting type move, I went to Namor, but he opted to use a non-programmed hit vision, so it still worked out. My smooth brain thought that Manhunter was a part bug type, so I could have KO'd him with 2 waterfalls. Instead, I didn't. Phoenix comes out, and even with full health on Manhunter, he goes down to a fire attack. How poetic. Constantine comes out and trash talk Phoenix instead of attacking, and he got what he deserved. And it was a crit. And the Queen of Fantastic Four meets the Queen of X-Men. This was so cool to see. White Raven comes out, but Phoenix at this time was just unstoppable in her zone. The third Elite Four member also had some changes on her team and kinda went full beast mode. She's now using fighting and ground types, including this ground ghost type Marcinian Hariyama, which is super scary knowing that she can hit super effective moves on half of our team. Namor almost finished the job, but Glacius Hariyama, being a literal undead creature, survived and got healed back up. Another attack combo from Namor still failed to KO him, so I had to use my own full restore. Abomination sustained a huge damage from Namor's waterfall but showed its brute strength with Rock Slide. Phoenix comes in but got outsped and fell down, this time to a huge power, Double Edge.
Oh, that's a lot of damage!
I sent Magic out of the limbo and KOs the Swampert. I click Swords Dance thinking that I can survive any of Grodd's attack. Thankfully, Magic landed the Night Slash, one-shotting the Marcinian's lacking. The Hulk comes out and almost got knocked out by a critical hit, Play Rough. Earthquake comes and Magic barely lives before knocking out the Marcinian Pangoro. Her second to the last Pokemon was Juggernaut and I was fine to let Magic go down at this point. This Colossus Juggernaut face-off was so fun to see and I'm kinda glad Juggernaut survived, just showing both of their toughness. Then Bane as her last Pokemon had no shot against a +1 attack, +1 defense Colossus even with Stab Brick Break. And now, we are nearing the end as we beat Glacia. Among the Elite Four members, Drake scares me the most and is now using a busted Dragon and Psychic type team. He sends out Orion to scout our team, which turned out to be a bad move for him as he couldn't hurt Colossus with anything. After his failed mission, Orion gets retreated, bringing out Galactus, who tried to fire fissures on Colossus. Thankfully, both of them missed, as he got knocked out by our Steel Mudstail. After Colossus took down Galactus, I started feeling that I had this one in the bag. Especially after Anti-Monitor literally got one-shotted by an earthquake, Colossus really be acting like he's possessed by the Phoenix Force. Until Shazam showed up. Being an electric and psychic type Pokemon, Colossus couldn't do any damage to him, so I tried Cyclops as sets up a D-Dance. That may or may not have mattered as he OHKO Cyclops with a Stab Volt Tackle. I went to Colossus hoping that it can take at least 2 attacks, but
Please, no! No!
it was too late when I remembered that I had Reflect on Emma Frost and Emma was able to take an attack and set up Reflect before going down. Once Magic came out of the limbo, Shazam suddenly charged up instead of attacking, causing himself to, well, get slashed. Dr. Manhattan comes up and takes the super effective Stab Play Rough pretty well and then proceeded to knock out Magic with Time Warp.
What?
Namor tried to with an Ice Beam but got bopped by one Ancient Power. My last Pokemon at this point was Phoenix, and these two cosmic entities exchanged buffs from Reality Warp, Cosmic Power, and Time Warp. This was a great showcase of power from these two. I can only imagine if this really happened. Come on, Marvel. Our Phoenix barely survived with 18 HP and I was able to use a full restore, but Phoenix was finally able to finish off Kyogre. And it was time for this mirror match. Phoenix Force versus Phoenix Force. I healed with another full restore and thankfully her Phoenix used Outrage, which did so little that our Eruption was able to 2-hit KO her, giving us the win. And finally, we are now here to face the League Champion Wallace to a double battle. We both sent out our two team leaders with them having the level advantage and we having the upper hand typing wise. I tried focusing on Superman as he annoyingly flies on the first turn, making us miss our both attacks.
I missed!
Cap was able to deal solid damage to Cyclops before going down to a Reality Warp from Phoenix. I then switched Cyclops to Colossus predicting the fly, but I guess Superman knew that. Wonder Woman sets up +2 attacks, so Phoenix had to clutch up or this might get ugly real fast. Batman tried to intimidate us, but Phoenix wasn't having any of that and took down Superman with a flamethrower. Thanks to one bulk up, Colossus dealt good damage to Batman as he used Toxic to Phoenix. Thor storms into the battle and unleashed a Storm Bolt on Phoenix, which is basically an electric type Draco Meteor, taking her out. I went to Namor just for the ground immunity and did some damage before going down to a Stub Play Rock. Thankfully, Colossus' rampage continues, but Emma doesn't seem to care. Entei, on the other hand, then these two geniuses, Iron Man and Batman, are now both on the field, so you know it's going down for real. I was strongly considering using Helping Hand with Emma Frost and Ironhead the Batman, but overall I felt like this was a prime opportunity to have our Phoenix back. The last man standing is Wonder Woman, but even with the full restore, the power of Colossus with the Phoenix Force with him is just too much for her and Wallace's whole team. And finally, we defeated the Elite Four with this Phoenix team. Thank you guys for watching. If you wanna see more of these videos, consider subscribing to the channel and let me know which character or team would you like to be featured on the next videos. Doc Perry out. Bye!